Hello, brother. This is the second part of the Living World chapter Objective NCRT at your fingertips. 14 number question is saying that read the given statements and select the correct option. Statement 1 is saying that each different kind of plant, animal, or organism can be observed represents a species. Yes, that's very true. Like plant showing plant species, animals showing their animal species. So every organism they have their own species. So a statement second over here is saying that the number of species that are known and described range between 170 to 180 million. No, that's only from 1.7 to 1.8 million. That means 17 lakh to 18 lakh. So second statement is false, first is true. So over here C option is saying that statement 1 is correct, but statement second is incorrect. So C is the correct option over here. 15 number question is saying that read the given statements and select the correct option. A statement 1 is saying that the number and types of organisms present on earth refers to biodiversity. Yes, these all are parts of biodiversity. The number of organisms present on the earth they comes under the biodiversity, and the how many the types of organisms present on the earth they comes under the biodiversity. So it's also true. And over here the statement second is saying that nomenclature is the standardized naming of living organisms that is known by the same name all over the world. Yeah, that's true. That's called name nomenclature. One species have their one name which is very specific, not going to change by of their regional changes. Nomenclature is present on international level, not your regional level. So that's why this is correct for all over the world. So a statement 1 and 2 are both are correct over here. 16 number question is saying that select the incorrect statement. Nomenclature or naming is only possible when the organism is described correctly by identification. Yeah, that's true. I think nomenclature or naming is only possible when our organism is described correctly by identification. If this pencil is an organism, this get a name nomenclature. That means it gets a name just by if you get first identify of it, then it's will going to be give a name to it. And the second option is saying that the scientific names ensure that each organism has only one name. Yeah, that's very true. Scientific names, so it should be one name all over the world to be representing a one organism and to the specific one. C option is saying that description of any organism should enable the people to arrive at the same name in any part of the world. Yeah, that's the same thing. D option is saying that nomenclature ensure that same number name has been used for any other known organism. No, it should be different name has been used for any other kinds of organism. Different organism have different names, but not the same name. ICBN is for what? International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. That's correct. Not for International Code of Biological Naming. No. International Class of Biological. No. International Classification of Biological. No. It's just botanical and zoological. So it's botanical. ICJN is stands for what? International Class of Geological Naming. No class, no, just a code. It's just a code, okay? It's not a class. International Code for Geological Naming, no, it's a full name. It's name called nomenclature. So nomenclature over here. International Code of Geological Nomenclature. That's very correct. So option C is correct. Option over here, international classification of geological naming, no. Yeah, exactly, it's naming, but it's not just naming, because it's naming is just a common word, and nomenclature that it means representing as something as specific, presenting all over the world, that this is the term used for to representing the names over here. So nomenclature is used by those authorities, not it's saying naming, it's saying nomenclature. Over here 19 number is saying that which of the following is the correct abbreviation? ICBN, Indian Code, so no. ICJN, International Code of Geological Nomenclature, that's correct. C option, ICBN Indian, shut up. ICJN, International coding. Shut up. No, not coding. It's just a code. 20 number question is saying that which of the following holds true for scientific nomenclature? Okay. Naming of living organisms in English language. In English language, no. You are writing in English language, and if you write something, it becomes a script. This is written in English language, but it's written in like what? Which script? So it's written in Roman script. So naming of living or in English language, no, it's in Latin language. Latin language, which is a dead language, which is not used in all over the world, which is not used. Okay, not used. Naming of particular organism by the same name all over the world. Yeah, that's the scientific nomenclature that it means. Naming of living organism in such a manner that it may cause less confusion. Naming of living organism, it can be, yeah, it also be true, but by this second option is more correct. D is saying that naming of living organism in such a manner that it becomes easy to pronounce, not on like pronunciation, not like to for like less confusion, it's all about just your speaking. C option is also similar to B option, that is say naming of particular organism by the same name all over the world. But yeah, C option is not present over here, just because B option is more correct as relevant to our NCRT textbook. So option B we are going for is more correct than C. Founder of binomial nomenclature was what? Was whom actually? Answer is Linnaeus. Carlos Linnaeus was the founder of binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature is what? Like binomial. I have a name called Yash Raj. So Yash and Raj, two name. That bi means also happens two. Okay, so two fragments, one name and two name, not like Chinese name. Like if you born in China, then you have a only one name, that's Juan. So it's not like something like that. So over here it's Linnaeus for two name system. You have a two name with your surname. Over here let's go with 22nd number question. It says like that most names in biological nomenclature of living organisms are taken from which language? Answer is taken from Latin language, which is a dead language. We in our whole on the earth, on entire the world, there is no language speaking like this in Latin language. This is just used for understanding these languages, understanding other concepts actually. 23rd number question is saying that in the binomial system of taxonomy developed during the 18th century, 18th century means 1701 to 1800, 1800 exact, is called 18th century, exactly like that. Yeah, Carlos Linnaeus century by Carlos Linnaeus. The second word of an organism biological name represents what? It represents a species name. What the species it belongs to. Okay, like Mangifera indica. So in Mangifera is just a name of it, and indica is the a species of a mango. Okay, so that's why if my name is Yash Raj, that means my name is Yash, but Raj is belonging to my surname, my family's name. So that is it over here. It says 24 number question is saying that which of the following statements regarding the universal rules of biological nomenclature is incorrect? Okay. Biological names are generally in Latin and written in italics. Yeah, italics means yeah, like you are writing in italic. Italic means a little bit slant. If you write in same English language in a Roman script with slanted, you means like this way direction you are writing. Okay, so it becomes italic. The first word in a biological name represents the genus. Okay, that's correct. While the second component denotes the species. Yeah, that's correct. Somewhere also people use like a specific epithet, it says, for the species. C option is saying that both the words in a biological name, when handwritten, are separately underlined or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. Yeah, that's also correct. But they are saying like you have to choose incorrect one. The specific epithet starts with a capital letter. No, it starts with a small letter. While the generic epithet starts with a small letter. No, it's with capital letter. It can be illustrated with an example of magnifier like this. No, this is incorrect. So option D is the correct option of this question. 25 number question is saying that in binomial nomenclature of plants, genus is written after the species. No, genus is written first, then a species is written later on. Both in genus and species the first letter is capital letter. No, first letter of genus is capital. In a species of the first letter is not capital, it's a small letter. Genus and species name are derived from Greek. Hey, come on, it's they are derived from the Latin, not from Greek. Both genus and species are printed in italics. Yeah, in printing type italics. If you are writing by handwritten, you should have to be underlined separately. Separately means you have to underline the genus name, and after this underline you have to break their like that underline and start again from a specific epithet, or you can say a species. Okay, over here it says over here in printed scientific names only the blank starts with capital letter. Answer is genus. Genus starts with a capital letter, not class, not a species, not family. Read the given statements and select the correct option, buddy. So over here, let's go. Statement 1 is saying that the first denoting the genus starts with a small letter in binomial nomenclature. The first word denoting the genus starts with with a small letter. False. It should be capital letter in binomial nomenclature. So statement 1 is false. Statement 2 is saying the specific epithet starts with a capital letter. False, buddy. Starts with a small letter in binomial nomenclature. So both statements 1 and 2 are incorrect over here. 28 number is saying that over here. Let's see. Select the incorrect statement. Okay. The first word in a biological name represents the genus. Yeah, that's correct. Both the words in a biological name, when handwritten, are separately underlined. Yeah, that's also correct, buddy. Biological names are generally in Greek and written in italics. Hey, come on, bro. Biological names are generally in Latin languages and written in italics font. Italics is a font and Latin is a language. Written in italics font and in a Latin language, something which is written in italics of biological names. The specific epithet starts with a small letter. That's correct. So you have to choose incorrect. So option C is over here. Now you should have to begin with 29 number question. 29 number question is saying that the scientific name of banyan is written as Ficus bengalensis. L. L stands for Carolus Linnaeus. Lin. That means those who like write their names, scientific name. Which of the following statements is correct regarding this? Letter L signifies the taxonomist Linnaeus. Yes, that's correct. So let's see options also over there. Left the rest of the options. First option is saying that letter L signifies Latin language. Come on, no, it's the L for representing the taxonomist names. B option is saying that name should be written reverse with bengalensis preceding ficus. No, it should be exactly same. The name is written is correct. Ficus bengalensis for banyan tree. Letter L signifies the taxonomist Linnaeus. Yeah, that's correct. Bengalensis is a generic name. No, ficus is a generic name. Bengalensis is a species name, or you can say a specific epithet just. 30 number question is saying that select the correctly written botanical or zoological name. Homo sapiens. Here H is capital. Here sapiens S is also capital. No, it should be small. Over here a Panthera capital genus is with capital letter correct, and species name with a small letter, that's also correct, and this is also in the form of italic font, little bit slanted, so this is correct. Pisum sativum. Okay, okay. Over here, the same. Over like generic name is also kept here, and species name is also kept, and this name, okay, is not printed in italics font. So this is not representing Latin origin. So this is incorrect. Mangifera indica over here. Here indica letter indica is written indica. Here the I word is capital letter. That's why this is not correct. 31. Classification is the process. Classification is the process. First is saying to ensure that a particular organism is known by the same name. No, it's a nomenclature. Ensure that particular organism is known by the same name. Second is saying to systematically arranging the organisms, considering relationships among them. Classification is the process to systematically arranging the organisms, considering relationships among them. Wait for a sec. Classification is the process to systematically arranging the organisms, considering relationships among them. No, it's just systematics, not classification. Classification by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on observable characters. Yeah, that's correct. None of this is not okay. So C is the correct answer. You should have to look up on this. 33, 32 number question is saying that the main purpose for the classification of organisms is to study geography. No. Locate plants and animals. What? Establish relationships amongst organisms. Yes, that is the classification. You should have to like classify yourself. These kind of peoples lives in these classes. So if this is a class, then a similar kind of person living into these classes, and into the others are living into the other classes. So that's like that. So over here C option is saying establish relationships amongst religious organisms. Yeah, that's very correct. Between organisms, their classification is same. That means their classes are same. So C is more correct than rest of the options. Study evolution. No, not so much. 33 is saying that first step in taxonomy is description of the organism. No, you can't give a description like one a tiger is present, and the rabbit is also present, or you can say deer is also present in the same cage. What happens? You have to describing like, okay, this is the deer having their four legs and their speed is so much and they are very thin or lean in of their body, and this is the tiger, and tiger their like pawns are very like strong and hairs on their bodies. Like you are describing these kind of things, what happens? The tiger will going to eat the deer. You in the way of like describing. So this is not the first step in taxonomy to naming something. Okay, so the identification is the first. I like identification like, oh, okay, these are the marks or the behavior. So we are identifying is like that. The first initial things in taxonomy is identification of the organism. Nomenclature is later on, you will do by separating these kind of dangerous to the one another. Then you have to give it the name, and otherwise the thing you came with it, one is get like eaten by one of the big uh, creatures. Classification of the organism? No. First is identification. Which of the following is the basis of modern taxonomic studies? Okay. External and internal structure of cell, development process, ecological information of organism. Which of the following is the basis of modern taxonomic studies? Okay, let's go. External and internal structure. Yeah, in modern taxonomic studies, you have to study about this external and internal structure, and structure of cell you also have to study. Development process you also have to study, like how they like developed like these things. ecological information of organism. Yes, ecology like you have to study what are the relations between humans, animals with the creatures like plants and rivers, mountains, plateaus, deserts, rains and snowfall, like what are the relations and how they are relating to one another. These kind of things, like you like features of it. Over here, let's go for a 35 number question. Is saying that which is the branch of science dealing with identification, nomenclature and classification of organisms? Answer is taxonomy is the branch of science dealing with identification first, then nomenclature secondly, then third is classification, and the fourth is characterization. This fourth is characterization. First is you have to identify, then you have to give a name to it, then you have to classify these organisms by observing their some behaviors, then classification. After the classification you have to find characterization even. Okay, characterization is the fourth and the last one. So over here it says like branch taxonomy is the branch of science, not morphology, not anatomy, not ecology, the branch of science which deals with identification, nomenclature and classification of organisms. The main objective of plant taxonomy is what? Over here it says like this: the main objective of plant taxonomy is what? To study the world's flora. Flora means in flora all the plants comes, in fauna all the animals comes. So in for world's flora you have to study about plant taxonomy. Oh, okay. The main objective of plant taxonomy is to study the world's flora. That means you are going to study for a plant. To provide a method for identification and nomenclature. To provide a method for identification and nomenclature. Yeah, that's right. To provide Latin scientific names for every group of plants in the world. Yeah, also correct. So all of this is the more correct over here, the options over here, because all options A, B, C all are correct. Now 37 number question is saying that what? Which of the following are the basic process of taxonomy? Basic processes of taxonomy: identification, okay, classification, okay, nomenclature, yes, characterization, yes. These all are the basic processes of taxonomy. That's also correct. And that I said like earlier over here, like I'm saying which is the branch of science dealing with identification and nomenclature and classification of organism as well as characterization, which is taxonomy deals with this all kind of things. Over here 38 number question is saying that the word systematics is derived from which word and which means like that. Okay, the word systematics is derived from the Greek system, no, Latin system. Okay, Latin, yeah, Latin word system, which means arrangement of taxa. Wait a sec. um, the word systematics is derived from the Latin word systema, which means systematic arrangement of organisms, systematic arrangement of individuals. So this is more correct than B option. 39 number question is saying that biosystematics aims to what? Aims at what? The classification of organisms based on broad morphological characters. No, no, no. Biosystematic means linking with one another. What is the relation between one organism with another organism? This is biosystematics. So not first option. Delimiting various types of organism and establishing their relationships. Delimiting various types of organisms and establishing their relationships. Wait a second, it can be, but I'm not understanding totally. C option is saying that the classification of organisms based on their evolutionary history. Okay, that's very correct. And establishing their phylogeny on the totality of various parameters from fields of studies. This is more correct than option B. So option C is going to be very very correct over here. Identification and arrangement of organisms on the basis of their cytological characters. No. Biosystematics means like what's the relation between one organism to the other organism from the very beginning, from evolutionary history, how they evolved, like that. Over here, the 14th number question is saying that which of the following books was contributed by Linnaeus? Systema Naturae and one of the like Systema Naturae, okay, and one of the name called Plantrum something. Okay, so the book written by Carlos Linnaeus is two book, Systema Naturae and a species Plantrum. Okay, in Systema Naturae they are talking about animals. In what I said earlier, the plant, a species Plantrum is written for plants related some things, their details. Okay, over here. So Historia Plantrum, no. Historia Naturalis, no. All of this, no. So, okay, our first option is correct. 41 is saying that the scope of systematics include what? Identification, yeah. Nomenclature, yeah. Classification, yeah. So, all of these, yeah. So, option D is more correct. Also, the taxonomy, it also includes identification, nomenclature, and classification, as well as characterization. And the scope of systematics include all of also these: identification, nomenclature, classification. That means the scope of systematics include taxonomy, you can say. Till then, bye. See you soon with other concept steps.